You, as you both know, you have been an inspiration to many people, you know, within the scene.
Oh my God, what is that?
I thought,
That's the light.
That light's bright.
can't help but how random this. So let me ask y'all both this. When you have, you know, kids come up to you and they hit you up and they say, quote unquote, I live for you, you know, how does that make you feel? Like, you know, how does that make you feel? Like,
I think it's really great. You know, I come from the first person I ever saw in the life was Willie Ninja, and I was maybe like 12 or 13 years old, and it meant the world to me. Like I didn't know what it was, I didn't know what to call it. I had to sneak because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had to sneak to watch it. It was on PBS, and I remember it was just something that I connected with that said that. Not that he was me, but that was my world. You know what I mean? Like that was my people. And I think when someone says that they live for you, I think that's what they're talking about. I think that is it's sometimes it gets, the idea of what that means gets skewed because people think that, oh, because you live for me, that means you like me. And the reality is, no, you don't have to like me, or you don't like me, because in reality you don't know me. You don't know my politics, you don't know my beliefs, you don't know, you know. But I do, I acknowledge and I appreciate when someone says that something I did, or seeing me, or whatever, that it meant something to them, because I know what that means, because that's what Willie Ninja did for me. And seeing that, it was a connection that happened.
And I have to say something to you, and I always forget. When we did our spotlight, a couple people hit me up and they said they was upset with you.
Yeah.
That when, you know, she was talking about herself, like, you was kind of like, I don't know if anybody hit you about it, because, like, you know, they was like, does she know who she is? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that's just in your nature to always, like, downplay just...
Well, again, the Bible says, let other people praise you. I don't believe in praising myself. No, I really, to say humble, that's me giving myself airs as well. That's me giving myself a title.
I'm humble.
I'm so humble. Well, thank you for that, guys. but no, it really is honestly.
Just you say, I'm so humble.
No, you know what it is too. Like I know,
I'm a humble person.
Like I know me. I live with me. You know what I mean? I know things about myself that no one else knows. So I never want to big myself up in any way, because I know that, you know, it's a big fall from the top, you know what I mean? Especially if people start to big you up in this way, and you know, you now become the symbol of something that, number one, you didn't want, and number two, it's a lot.
Have you fallen before?
Heavy. I won't say fall, because the God of my understanding does not allow me to fall. He will never let me fall. So I can never say that I fall. I would say that I lived many, many lives, and all of them are complete antithesis of each other. So, you know, and I'm amazed when I look at my life and the things that I've done, the things that I was allowed to do, that I got away with. That I shouldn't have gotten.
That's a conversation for another day.
No. But you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
So
I'm a living story of that. I'm a living.
So I know me, and I know the things. I know the things about me that make me cringe. And so to say, you know, do I know who I am? I know who I am in God. I know who I am in the world. I know who I am in my body and in my mind and in my spirit. I know who I am with my family. I know who I am in my career. So it's not the fact that do I know who I am in Ballroom. I appreciate I appreciate the esteem that I've gotten in Ballroom, and there are some days where it matters a lot, because, you know, it's again, it's a big world, and it's a world that's not ready for us, you know. And so, you know, what you take from Ballroom is what you take from Ballroom, and some of that can be a strength to you. But I've known and I've realized, and it's something that I learned from a young age, is that, you know, you have to give yourself you know what I mean? And to go back to Ballroom being here, this is why I say Ballroom.
That's actually advice you've given me many times.
Yeah, but Ballroom was here before me. I took a break from Ballroom, and Ballroom is still here. You know what I mean? So Ballroom will be here. How Ballroom will manifests itself is something completely different, because it's manifested itself in so many different ways, and it's meant so many different things to so many different people. But I think that it meets the need, and that's what's really important. That's why I can't really comment on a lot of the stuff that I see in Ballroom, because I think Ballroom is an entity in itself, you know what I mean? And so Ballroom has a way of tailoring itself to fit that person. It's not that they're changing Ballroom, it's that Ballroom has fashioned itself to make room for these people, for this new generation. Just right. And so yeah, exactly. And so that's how it was with me when I came out. It became something for me, just like it would become something for the next person to come along.
Devon?
Well put, Risha. You done touched so many areas. You know what I'm saying?
Put me on the spot and you just sit here.
She put the panel. She's fresh off the panel.
You know what?
Girl. No, like, yeah, I mean, I came in piggyback. I totally 100% agree. Ballroom is what it is. I feel like it's always going to be here because we're not going nowhere. And our generation, our lives, and our struggles are, like the whole conversation we've had today at, the Loud 100 party is, we have a long way to go, and the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, and we're still stepping. And as long as we're still stepping, our community is still growing, and I totally 100% agree. It's really about, for me, to me, the purpose of legend, the purpose of getting to a certain point is to give back. So when somebody comes up to me and says, how do you feel? I stopped feeling a long time ago, because when I get my feelings inside of shit, my emotions get involved. I think when somebody talks to me, I think when they speak to me, it's a thought process, it's a filter, it's a what am I doing now about this person versus my feelings. Oh my God, a rose, that's you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to get my roses anymore. I'm just here to give them out. So when somebody comes up to you and they say, oh my God, I live for you, of course the first thing that comes in my head is, you don't know me. You don't know me. But that's what love looks like in our community. The fact that I come up to you, and most of the people that I know now started off with a kiss with no name. You know what I'm saying? For balls and balls and balls. And I don't really need to know you to live for you. And now that I think about that, it's what difference, like we saw earlier, you making. So when somebody, oh Pony, Mr. I lived when I seen you back in the day. I knew you before a time that was way later for me. I knew you back in
That's one thing I hate.
I knew you back in 2000.
You actually hate one thing?
Oh my God, yes I do.
From yesterday, right?
No, you know what I hate? I hate when someone says, oh, I knew you, I know you. No, and I'll just say this. I have been privileged to know parts of each and every one of you, but for me to say, oh, I know you, or I know you, I don't, because I don't know your innermost thoughts. I don't know what you struggle with. I don't know. You know what I mean? And so to say to someone, oh, I know you, you can say, oh,
what do you mean? In what context? What context do you mean? Like,
well, it's like when someone's like, oh, I know her. You know what I mean? Oh, I know her. Or like, oh, we used to hang out. I know her.
It's a saying.
Like, yes.
Yeah, it's a saying to say, if you don't tell your story, someone else will tell the
and I think that's, like,
right.
that I know you because we hung out before. It's like, no.
I know of you.
Both, know, one of those might be true. Right. One of those might be true. Like, we might have hung out. I might have let my guard down and actually had a real conversation with you that you just weren't prepared to receive at the time. And so, my biggest flaw is that I'm brutally honest about myself. And so a lot of people think that when I'm being honest about myself, or I share something with myself, that it's this, I don't know, like they suddenly know something. It's like, if I'm telling it to you, I want you to know it. And I'm telling it to you hoping that, and it's easy to get caught up in the surface of something. And I never speak surface.
It's so funny, 'cause I'm thinking of a different situation where people
like I
where
never,
you could have been dropping a jewel, but
I never speak surface, especially about myself. Maybe some things I might say, like, casually, but I mean, when I'm talking about certain things, I think it's very it's just very easy. There are a few people that I ran with, and a good handful of them, who can say that they know me, even though I will disagree that they know me, but who can actually have that dialogue to say, oh, I know her, they're dead. You know what I mean? So,
Or in his car.
Yeah. But see, and even still, that's what I mean when I say that. It's like, yeah, no, there are parts of me that, no, you don't know me. You know what I mean? Like, you have been familiar with me. You've been familiar with a lot of aspects of myself, a lot of trials, a lot of whatever. We've experienced things together, but to say that I know you, I know Pony, and that's a lie. You know what I mean? Yes, you're my brother, but to say that I know you internally, like inside out. No. I can't say something like that.
I know, and I'm talking. You're talking about the depth as in the core.
And they use that.
Right.
And they use.
Do y'all know Vag?
Somehow, what's that?
Kevin, the birthday.
That's my Vag.
Before we close it up, because we got a minute and a half left on this. Kevin, I just want to say to you, we love you. And for you to be almost 40 years old, you look...
Oh my God, why did you just...
No, I'm going to... You look fantastic. And if it's anything you can tell, and I'm being real right now, if it's anything you could tell these young kids, because a lot of them look older than you, what would you...
Kevin still looks like he has his hymen.
What would you... In a minute, you have less than a minute. What would you... What would you tell these young kids?
Stop drinking, stop doing drugs.
Hey, don't say that.
No drugs. Say no to drugs.
Say no. Wow. Say no to drugs.
Moisturize and drink a lot of water.
And say no to the girl that's offering you the drugs.
Yeah.
Say no to the girl that's passing you the drugs.
And a little surge won't hurt.
You know what?
A little surge won't hurt. I didn't want to throw you out there, but I knew you was like a totally 100%. Like all for surge. You see that pie? You see that 40-year-old pie?
Plastic
that's
woman.
a snap.
That's vaginal rejuvenation.
And one thing, that bitch ain't that bitch. That whole teeth is white, right? Look.
Yes. Oh my God.